So let's talk about some essential accessories that you might want to consider getting for your guitar. I do recommend some kind of protective case. I have a hard shell case, which is good for traveling and checking in at the airport. I recommend a similar kind of case to protect your instrument. Adequate padding and nice soft fluffiness inside. Protect my instrument. A strap is essential, some kind of guitar strap. In this case, I have a leather strap. It attaches both ends, one end to the headstock of the guitar and the other end to a pin that's attached to the bottom of the guitar. Moving along, it's always a good idea to have some extra strings. Strings break from time to time. On average, I change my strings maybe once or twice a month, especially if I'm playing regularly, maybe even more often. And so I keep maybe 3 or 4 packs handy, and you just can't go wrong with that. This is called a metronome. I recommend this, and there are many different versions that you can get. This one is a simple, old-fashioned digital metronome. What a metronome does, and we'll talk more about this later, is it keeps time for you so that you can practice, whether it's a scale or a strumming pattern, with accurate time. It's essential to have some kind of metronome that you can use as a guide when you're practicing. All it does is it keeps a beat, as we can see, and there's some way to adjust the frequency of that beat. Now, there are many different kinds of metronome. You can buy a digital one like this. They're as cheap as like $10 or something like that. They even have some free online website metronomes that you can pick up. These days, if you have an iPhone, there's many free metronome apps that you can get. The idea is that you get one and you use it when you practice. In my case, my acoustic guitar does not have a built-in pickup. So what I have is a pickup that I install into the sound hole of the guitar. This goes right inside there under the strings, and then it allows me to plug it into either an amplifier or a PA. As I mentioned before, many acoustic guitars today come with built-in pickups, so you can actually plug them in directly without having to use an attachment such as this. But this is a pretty old guitar, and this is a pretty old pickup too. Some kind of tuner. There are many different kinds of tuners that you can get on the market today. In this case, this is one that you can actually plug directly into, or you can use it acoustically, and when you play a note, it actually guides you towards the correct frequency, and you can tighten or you can loosen the tuning pegs, and then that way you can keep your instrument in tune. Again, today you can buy a tuner for maybe $5 or $10, up to $20 or so, but there are many tuners that are available. If you have a smartphone, there are many tuners that are available, free tuners, along with various online free tuners that you can get your hands on. Another essential and very inexpensive item, this is called a string winder, and it also has a built-in what we call bridge puller. When you get to changing your strings, should you break a string, oftentimes the string winder allows you to quickly wind up a string to its required tension. You'd wrap it around a few times and then wind this. Should you have to change a string, there's a little corner of this, which is called a bridge pin puller, and you would get that underneath the bridge pin and pull it out. Essential and only a few cents. Moving right along, most of you who owned acoustic guitars should get some kind of humidifier. The weather does play tricks on you, and your acoustic guitar, varying humidities, hot, cold, sometimes can cause the wood to do things that are not good. I recommend a small humidifier such as this one. This one actually installs in between the strings and stays in there. What it does, it keeps a certain amount of humidity within the instrument so that you don't get drying out or warping. Highly recommended for anyone who plays acoustic guitar. Moving right along, at a point later in the course, we're going to talk about the use of a capo. This is a capo. Ostensibly what it is a movable nut. Now, this nut here allows me to play what we call open position chords. We'll talk about open position chords later on. What a capo does ostensibly is move that nut up to a required fret. So if you're a singer, let's say, and you're used to playing, or if you're accompanying a singer and you're used to playing a song in a certain key, what this does is it allows you to transpose using the identical shapes. As I said, we'll get into that as the course progresses, and we'll talk about open position chords. But for now, all you need to know is this allows you to play open position chords anywhere on the fretboard. Another thing that we have is yet another tuner. These have become popular of late. These tuners actually attach to your headstock. Let's see if I can pop this on here. And basically what it does is it gives you, in effect, what you get when you have a built-in tuner. It attaches to your headstock, and then it allows you to tune your guitar. It allows you to tune your guitar and make the adjustments accordingly, and it attaches permanently to your headstock, or temporarily. You can take it off. So that's another kind of tuner. And that's it for some essential accessories for your acoustic guitar.